Now project planning board. These are the graphical settings which we are maintaining under the project planning board, where you can be able to see the Gantt chart, your time scale, okay, your axis versus plan versus actual durations, kind of things under the project time planning board. Define time profile. These are the standard profiles which are maintained by the SAP. So what kind of the calendar days you are required, what are the start date, finish date. So these we are not disturbing anything in this particularly time profile. Then the time scale. Again, these are the PS standard profile. Under that, what are the minimum width of the year, maximum width of the year. Entire things are maintained. So we'll keep as a standard settings always for the when we are talking about the project planning board. Time axis, what are the time units, the length of that unit, percentage, year. Document, once you assign a text under the long text column, so what kinds of the text type you want, that you can be mentioned, whether it is action, decision, description. For a project manager, kind of text you can be maintained. Then the next session is the cost. Now under the cost, there is active project management in controlling area. You have to activate first the project management in the controlling area. Whichever the controlling area is there, you have to activate that. For example, if my controlling area is 1000, so just click on the detail overview. This is my controlling area which is maintained by the FICO consultant, whether it is a currency, all the things. Now click on the activate controlling area. You have to always maintain the project as a activate. Okay, unless and until this project is not activate, system will not allow you to maintain any cost across that particular project. Okay, so you have to activate that particular project for the component on that particular controlling area, and later on you have to assign all the company code, whether it is a one company code or a one controlling area have a many company code or a single company code. So whatever that company code, you have to assign to that company code. So this can be done by the FICO consultant. You just need to check the project is activated or not. If it is activated, then it will be work. Create CO version. So there are different kinds of version. 0 is the actual version. 1, 2, 3 are the tentative plan version or a forecasting version. Again, this version is maintained by the FICO consultant, but just for your knowledge purpose, we will check what are the versions which are created in the system. Okay, so there are different kinds of version. 1, 2, 3, 4 will get created in a system. The 0 is always as the actual version, where the plan and actual values sets. Okay, and 1, 2, 3 is a tentative version where you can be maintain the different kinds of forecasting values. You have to assign that version to the controlling area and setting for the each year, which can be done by the FICO consultant. So it will be always integrated planning for all the years. If you click on the detail views, you come to know what are the exchange rate type. That is, if there is a intercompany having some different currency, then you have to maintain the exchange rate type here. So what is the exchange rate type for that particular currency, that can be pick up. Validity date, which validity date will be started, always started with the financial year which is get started. So always your financial year gets started with the April, 1st of April. So it will be value date is started with the 1st of April. Price calculation, whether it is price is from my average price. These are all the settings which maintain with the FICO consultant. You just need to be recheck here. So according to your planning versions, you have to create a different kinds of planning version where you can be store your plan values, but your actual version is a 0 version where your actual value gets stored. Maintain currency exchange rate. So if company have a different currency apart from INR, like a USD, Euro or a Pound or Australian dollar, then you can be maintain the currency rate. Okay, so what kind of the currency conversion that you have to maintain here, so according to that system will calculate the rate. So this can be again maintained by the FICO consultant or a CO consultant. Now for easy cost planning, there are different cost planning methods available in the SAP. That is easy cost planning, manual cost planning, network cost planning, hierarchical WBS hierarchical cost planning. So according to the business requirement, we can be maintain the cost planning on the WBS level. So create cost variant. So PS06 is a standard easy cost planning version, or you can create the your own cost planning version to copy the same. So this is the easy cost planning. Now if I click on the valuation variant, so it will be show me from where I have to pick up the price for a material valuation. Once I assign the material on that particular WBS, from where I can pick up the price, whether it is a plan price value, standard price, moving average price, that can be there, or activity type. So priority we can set, or again this costing variant or a valuation variant is created by the FICO consultant for you, and you have to just assign that valuation variant to that planning profile. So plan price will be pick up from where, for the activity, whether it is a subcontracting work, then subcontracting. These fields are these prices are maintained under the MM module for a different kinds of the activity, like for services, materials, then subcontracting activity, external processing activity. So you have to just pick up that price from the where you have to set here, or it can be set by the FICO consultant with the discussion with the finance department. Then later on, assigning costing variant to the planning profile. So you have to assign the costing variant to your planning profile, and later on you have to assign the planning profile to the project profile. So this is the link that is we have maintained at the start of this particular customizing document. We have maintained the planning profile, project profile. So you have to finally assign that project profile to the planning profile. Now hierarchical cost planning is another cost planning where you have to maintain the planning profile uniquely. So for example, we will go for the planning profile 1000. So whether it is the bottom up planning, whether planning element is tick is required, that is the operative indicator. How much past years you have need to do the plan. For 2 years I need a past, and for future I need a 5 years. So it can be planning can be done by the year wise also. So that can be done with the past and future years. Total values, annual values, whether it is on a annual basis, then if it is a year wise, then you have to take the annual values also. Then the cost element group, you have to assign number of cost element. If it is a cost element based planning, then you have to assign the cost element group. Again, this cost element group is created for the in the FICO module, and it will be provided to you. Whether it is a primary cost element, for a revenue cost element, he will create another group. Secondary cost element, he will create another group. So it will be assigned. Then what is the exchange rate type you want, you need to be allocate. You have to allocate the exchange rate type here. Okay, whether it is a controlling area currency, object currency, or a transaction area currency, from which currency you have to prefer to do the planning, that can be set here. Decimal place, how much decimal place you required on the planning, whether it is a 2 decimal or a 3 decimal, that can be set. Value date for particular exchange rate type, which for the, so I had always told that it will be started with the fiscal year. And finally you have to save the profile, or you can be copy the profile also from the another profile, and you can create your own profile. Like if I want to copy from the 1000, and I have to create ZPS 001 PSN planning profile. PSN is my company name, so I can create my own profile in the system. assign planning profile to project profile. Later on I can assign my profile to that particular project profile. Automatic costing in network and activity. This is another method where you can do the automatic costing on the network and activity. Define costing variant. So you can create a costing variant by the help of CO consultant. Again same method was there. So it contains the costing type and the valuation variant. So valuation will be happen from where, that is whether it is a material, activity, the price will be pick up from the which particular, that can be you can be set subcontracting or external processing or overheads. This can be set by the valuation variant. Then the costing type, you can define the different costing types, that is whether it is a plan or actual. So this is the way you can finally maintain the plan cost across the particular project.